It's not so hot.
Not yet.
Not yet. Thank you. Well, I feel like I've lived a charmed life. I've really just enjoyed my life.
That's really a good way to feel. Think about the vibrational essence of that and what kind of things would come from that steady feeling.
Yeah, and so many great things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's overwhelming.
Well, it can be in the sense that in comparison with what a lot of people are living, it can seem like a lot, but nothing can come to you that you're not ready for. So when you get in that sweet spot and in that flow, it can't be overwhelming because the capacity to, we don't want to use the word cope because that sounds like effort, but the capacity to experience fully comes right along with it. In other words, it's part of what you're translating. So overwhelmment is a word that you've picked up under other circumstances, not under the circumstances of being in the flow.
Right. And even through your teachings, that flow has become more clear.
Yeah.
And I'm a musician, and I love the creative process.
Yeah.
It's just this unbelievable freedom.
Yeah.
But I realize that I have so many creative ideas, it'll take many lifetimes to complete them.
The very best music has more in it than most can hear. Only the creative genius that created it knows what's in it. In other words, start creating some things where you can put more in, even than others can understand. You see what we're getting at?
Absolutely. I actually, that's one of my favorite things to do.
And
I realized through your teachings that you have to please yourself deeply, and then whatever audience comes is the right audience for you, as opposed to trying to...
Always.
Yeah.
And can you feel the disadvantage of saying it would take too many lifetimes? Can you feel the time and experience shortage consciousness that you are expressing there?
Yes.
I don't have enough time. Here's something you're really going to like. Oh, this is so good for you. So feel the difference between being in the receptive mode and following that stream of help out to the fruition, and not being in the receptive mode, being in the overwhelmed mode or whatever, and that stream sort of playing out into a manifestation. When you are truly in the receptive mode, you never for a moment feel overwhelmed.
That's true. There's
not one time ever, because you're unlimited. There are all possibilities. There is no overwhelmment when you are in the receptive mode. So if you are feeling overwhelmment, just say to yourself, not in the receptive mode. This isn't the time to even do this work, because that's when it's awkward and bulky and convoluted. And if you push forward, I've got so much invested in this. I've been in session with myself, and I've accomplished this, and I don't want to let this go. Let it go, because it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. Let it go. Get in the receptive mode and see what happens. Overwhelmment will not be part of the process.
Yeah, thank you. And I notice that when I'm not in the receptive mode and I'm fighting and I continue to work, the stuff that comes out is within
mediocre. It's mediocre. It's within the standards of the world, but it's not going to please you.
Right. Right. You just nailed it. You just nailed it. Thank you.